When we first meet Paddington, he receives a letter from someone at the Home for Retired Bears in Peru, which rather puts a dampener on the day because his Aunt Lucy is behaving out of sorts, uncharacteristically, and so he's very concerned about her. And what happens is that the whole Brown family and Paddington decide to go to Peru to see Aunt Lucy. Things take a further twist, and they end up, all of them, on an adventure going through the jungle, with Paddington leading them.
So we meet the Reverend Mother. She's been working at the Home for Retired Bears for quite some time, and she has Rosita, her long-standing silent nun chum, and she plays the guitar. She writes to Paddington to say, you must come to Peru because something is not right with Aunt Lucy, and she seems to be really nice.
I have to take off my hat to the art department of this movie. The work that they have done is incredible. It was very impressive. When I saw what they were doing here, I couldn't believe it. Everything that has been done in this movie, the teams that are behind all of that construction, they are unbelievable artists and great professionals. But a movie like this has a very specific tone. And the premise for that starts from the moment that a bear talks. From that moment, you have to go to a hyper-reality in which you move. And so everything could be possible. And you move in that, but there are certain limits also that you have to have present in your mind, you know, where can I go? So sometimes you make questions like that. You know, can I go here, or is it just too real? It's just too dramatic. It just belongs to another type of movie. What is the tone of the movie in which I am working? Those are questions that sometimes, you know, I ask because, and the person that can answer that is, of course, the director.
I think, you know, the film has a lot of movement, you know, in a way that the characters are on the move a lot. They're often an ensemble piece, and certainly from a technical point of view, it's more tricky. He's got to get through a lot of leaves and foliage, and pretty much sort of everywhere he goes it's not flat ground, you know, everything is transforming landscape. Even when they're on the boat, it's a sort of you know, there's a large sequence, a large portion of the film takes place on Hunter's boat, and the thing's constantly moving. So nothing is sort of simple in that respect, you know, there's nothing that's static and stationary. So there's a lot of interactions. We have to find novel approaches on the day when we're shooting the principal photography to make sure that Paddington's interactions are working with the live action space.
went over to South America, and I spent almost 2 months out in South America, in Peru and Colombia, looking at locations. A year before we actually started filming, and I saw lots of fantastic locations, and we shot an awful lot of stuff in Peru, in the Andes, in and around the Villacamba and Machu Picchu area, and we have some stunning locations that were incredible places to recce. I also went to recce the Amazon rainforest and went right out into the Tambopata Nature Reserve and spent a bit of time there in a genuine Amazonian tributary.
Yeah, luckily Paddington's aesthetic has been sort of set for us previously, you know, in the other two films. We were just trying to bring that look to Peru. So we went to Peru. We also went to Colombia, where we shot a lot of plate shots. So yeah, we went to Lima and Cusco, and then traveled all around Colombian jungles to get as much reference as possible. We went to lots of museums, bought every book we could possibly buy, and then we also ended up sending a lot of our art department, our props and set deck to Peru to get variations of props and set dressing and fabrics that we could get from out there and bring them over here.
Last week we were in extreme heat, everyone was so dirty, everyone was sweating, but it is fun. We were having lunch together, all of us looked the worst we could possibly look, but it's like all these scenes makes us feel more like close to each other. And then obviously I had one stunt scene. It was so funny just to fell over and over and over and over again to like different ways of falling down, different shouts. Like, it's always so fun to do things that you wouldn't normally do.
The choreographer is adored by all, and what's really nice, I hope you tell her this, but listening to her dancers just talking about her, saying, I'd do anything for Jen, and which is a really good sign. She's just lovely and brilliant and really understood my limitations. So she had me walking, you know, holding a guitar, and it's quite easy to spot that I can't talk and walk and do anything with my hands at the same time, so I'm sort of going, walking through these women who are doing incredible things, juggling, rollerblading, bouncing off the walls, and I'm literally just walking through them.